Human-powered adventure. Self-discovery. A chance to step out of the classroom. To meet new people. To travel and grow. All led by student peers.
Outdoor Programs is a student-run organization. We're part of University Recreation, which is also part of Student Development, and we run a variety of different outdoor trips and programs, from day-long to week-long trips, mostly human-powered outdoor adventures. So rock climbing, backpacking, sea kayaking, whitewater kayaking, rafting, just a variety of different outdoor type programs. We do some challenge courses. We have a rental operation, a climbing wall. So we do a bunch of different trips for students.
My name is Kellen Mahoney. I am going on the Grayson Highlands Intro to Backpacking trip. I purposely went into the meeting, I didn't tell any of my friends or anything that I was going because I wanted to be able to meet all these new people through the trip. And I knew that if I had a friend there, it would kind of make me isolate a little bit. And the meeting was cool. Everybody seemed a little bit shy, so I tried to ask everyone as many questions as I could, and hopefully I can make friends with everybody.
My name is Katie Wall, and I'm one of the outdoor coordinators here at Outdoor Programs, and I oversee our Broadstone facility, our certification courses, our bike app program, Blue Ridge Parkway Corps, and then our graduate assistants.
I think students come away with a lot of things. I'll go with just participants on our trip. I think they learn a lot about the natural world around them. So be that here in the Southern Appalachians, or if they go on one of our international trips, they learn about whatever place that we go, because we immerse students in the landscape. They will see the stars at night. They will feel the wind, the rain, the snow, the sun, whatever it might be. And I think when you separate yourself from an office or a classroom or a residence hall and kind of get outside, especially over a longer period of time, you really get to know the place in a much more real kind of a way. So I think you learn a lot about the environment. I think you learn a lot about sustainability, just the importance of having areas that are protected, conservation areas and recreation areas with trails and clean water and other things like that. We really have to have that in order to do our pursuits. So I think they learn a bit about that. They definitely learn about working in a team. You really have to, at times, give up needs that you may have for yourself or the needs of the group in order for the group to get to where they need to be. So there's definitely teamwork. There's definitely a lot of camaraderie that is built when you weather a storm together, and all of those other things. There's a lot of skill development. I think you learn a lot about yourself. I think you learn a lot about other people.
So my name's Dave Irby, and I'm a graduate assistant here at Outdoor Programs, and currently this semester I oversee the Media Marketing Club, all social media and events, and then also the IDP program, which is our instructor development program and kind of trips program. I think it's really important to have outdoor programs at ASU because where we are in North Carolina, there's so many resources around us that students just don't know about, and some students do know about it and need a way to get out and to explore these awesome resources we have. And I think Outdoor Programs is a great kind of venue that they can go through to explore the resources and the places around the high country.
Especially for me, when I was a student, and I was involved in a lot of things that were outside of the classroom. That's where I got a lot of my job training. That's where I learned a lot about the field that I wanted to go into. And so I think providing opportunities for students, whether it's work opportunities, volunteer opportunities, leadership opportunities, or just being able to participate in great programs, it just, I think, diversifies students and their experiences and gets them out doing fun.
I think it's really important because, one, we are in such a great location. The Boone area and the High Country is just a fantastic place to explore the Southern Appalachians. There are great trails and rocks and rivers, and it's just an almost unlimited resource for people. So I think it makes sense to have an entity that is designed to get students engaged with the natural world.
A lot of our programs are great for building skills, for reducing stress, for helping with mental health. So it's just great to have some things to do outside of your schoolwork or maybe your job that can kind of weigh you down as a student here.
I think it's also great leadership development for our students because we rely on a lot of student leadership to help run the outing center, the climbing wall, all of the trips. So you get the leadership development for some of our student staff, and then you get the recreational and also just the environmental appreciation of being in a really beautiful and pretty unique location here in the Boone area.
The biggest thing that I took away from going on trips as an undergrad was just like meeting other like-minded people that like to get outside and adventure. And for me, that really built a sense of community. And kind of that sense of community is the biggest thing from like an outdoor program is, you know, whether that's just the trip leaders that work here, that all know each other, go out personally climbing, go out adventuring on their own, that's really strong. But then also students that want to like step into this community, just like if the community is really inclusive and can allow those students to come in, then they really feel more connected and engaged to the university. And so it definitely helps with like student retention and just like finding a sense of place, a sense of community, and just feeling a sense of like belonging to like this school.
We have a long-standing relationship with the Banff Center, and we just coordinate with them. We have dates set that's kind of, it's after spring break and before Easter, so that's kind of when we do it. And we have volunteer staff that help run the event. It started as a one-day event here. First year we did it, we had about 185 people show up, which was great. It was fun. And it's really grown over the years. We're now a 4-day event. We screened to right at about 5,000 people this year. We did a special middle school screening. We reached out to Cultural Affairs, and they reached out to us. So it was really a partnership in creating the middle school screening. So we do that as the first event on that Wednesday, and then we do a sponsor and a volunteer screening on the Thursday night, and then we do 2 big public screenings on Friday and Saturday night. Occasionally we bring in some special guests and speakers, which is a lot of fun. This year we had David Roberts and Alex Honnold, which was really exciting, and they did some book signings, a couple of different lectures, and it was super fun.
So for those that can't hear, one sleeping bag, the choice between Tommy, a beautiful woman, and a good dog. Who do I choose? I mean, it depends. If I'm on the Fitztraverse or something like that, then I definitely choose Tommy, because you still have to keep going. I mean, in general in life, I'd prefer a beautiful woman over a dog or Tommy.
Very well received, and it's just a great event.
I love working with the students. I think it's fun to be able to work with a group of young people that are excited about the outdoors, that are passionate about helping other students, and it's nice being able to have the opportunity to work with a student, maybe a freshman all the way through their 4th or 5th year of their senior experience, and just see them grow and develop, and it's fun. It just re-energizes you as a professional. We really run like a full-time business, right? We've got business hours, and we have receipt transactions, and we have budgets, and we have hourly work that needs to get done. And because we have so many students that are involved in our program, it's just hard to manage sometimes. We've got, 80 plus staff. So we also realize that students can't work 20 hours or 40 hours a week.
Sometimes it's a challenge to find the line where, I want to be everyone's friend, but I'm also, a lot of their supervisors, and I want to be a mentor to them. And I think I've been able to kind of mold into one where, I personally go out climbing with students or go out paddling with students, but they know and respect the position I'm in.
I guess, some of the challenges of the program are just doing what we do, which oftentimes is not a typical activity for a college environment, university environment. So really fitting having students run a whitewater rafting trip within the structure of kind of a university environment. So a lot of things happen in the classroom, in the residence hall, in the library, in the student union, on campus, and oftentimes those environments are just a little bit easier to manage. It doesn't mean that they don't have their own challenges. I know that they certainly do, but I know a lot of the environments that we work in day after day after day are ever changing, where we really have to focus on external things that we can't control, like the weather. That can really, you just have to kind of stay on your toes and be adaptable. And I think it's important that we don't have a fixed notion of what we have to do. A good example of that is in the Canadian Rockies, when we do a trip up there every other spring break or so for the past couple of years. We had an itinerary set, and because of avalanche conditions, we just simply couldn't go where we wanted to go. And that's totally fine. And you have to be willing to kind of be flexible and just, back off and totally change your idea and still make a successful trip, because we have to ensure the safety of our students.
I went on the Grayson Highlands Intro to Backpacking trip. On the trip, we backpacked, I think we walked 5 or 6 miles up into this campsite area called Rhododendron Gap, and we spent the night. It was really cold and rainy the first day, and then in the morning we got up and we ate and we left, and it was a lot shorter hike, and it was really sunny and nice outside. Well, my expectations with the weather was that it was going to be sunny 70s and really pretty the whole time, but it's still in the southern Appalachians, so it's still really unpredictable there. But with the backpacking, I was kind of worried about how heavy the backpack would be and how much of an endurance test this would be. And pooping in the woods, I was pretty worried about that. The backpacking part was not as strenuous as I thought it would be. I actually kind of enjoyed walking with all that weight on my back, because it was, I don't know, something about it was fun. I didn't like the camping part as much as I thought I would. And, pooping in the woods, it happened. It was a challenge, but it was a rite of passage. Outdoor Programs has a ton of different kinds of trips, so even if I didn't like it, I would probably do it again. I think today they're doing sunset canoeing or something, so there's such a wide variety to choose from. I can definitely see myself doing multiple in the future.
Ready, action.